Hi everyone, this is Jack from Maths Forge, and in today's lesson we're going to be doing midpoints from graphs. So let's take a look at our first example. Here we're being asked to find the midpoint of the coordinates 0, 1 and 8, 5. So how we do this is if we plot these coordinates out initially, so 0 and 1 is going to be here, and 8 and 5, well that's 8 in the x-axis and 5 in the y-axis, is going to be here. We then draw a line between these 2 points, and then we see how many steps it takes to get from one point to the other point. So in this case, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to the right. So it's 8 to the right, and 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 8 to the right and 4 up. So our midpoint should be halfway to the right and halfway up. So our midpoint should be 4 to the right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2 up, 1, 2. So our midpoint should be here. And now we can give this answer as a coordinate. So that's going to have an x coordinate of 4 and a y coordinate of 3. So our midpoint should be 4, 3. And if we check our answer, there it is. Now let's do a 2-star example. Here we're being asked to find the midpoint of 3, 1 and -3, -3. So if we plot our first coordinate, so it's going to be 3 to the right and 1 up, so that's here. And then we plot our second coordinate, so it's -3 and -3, so it's -3 to the right and then 3 down. So that's here. Now if we draw a line between these 2 points and we begin counting. So to go from the start of the line to the end of the line, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to the right. And it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 up. So it's 6 to the right and 4 up. So our midpoint should be halfway to the right and halfway up. So it should be 3 to the right. So 1, 2, 3 and 2 up. 1, 2. So this should be our midpoint here. And if we write this down as a coordinate, it's going to have an x value of 0. And a y value of -1. And if we check our answer, there it is. Now let's do a 3-star example. Here it's asking us to find the endpoint of a line segment. So a line segment is just a section of a line. The endpoint of a line segment, which starts at 3, 4 and has a midpoint of 0, 2. Okay, so let's plot the coordinate 3, 4. So that's 3 to the right and 4 up. So here. And it has a midpoint of 0 and 2. So 0 is here and 2 up is here. Okay, so if we now draw a line from the start point to the midpoint, we can then see how far it takes to get from the start point to the midpoint. So it's going to be 1, 2 down and 1, 2, 3 to the left. So it's 2 down and 3 to the left. So if this is the midpoint, so it's halfway to the end point, then to get to the end point, we just need to travel this distance once more. So we're going to go 2 down, 1, 2, and 3 to the left. 1, 2, 3. So it should be here. And if we draw another line connecting these points, there we go. So looking at the coordinates, our end point is this point here. And this is going to have an x coordinate of -3 and a y coordinate of 0 since it's on the x-axis. And this should be the coordinate of our endpoint. So if we check our answer, there it is. And that's it for the lesson on midpoint graphs.